Can I know that? Like, people don't
Like,
understand the amount
like
of
the thing
things.
be saying, the thing be saying, if people can just be on that vibe of knowing like that is thing, the way all these things go they enter, like they
See,
understand you will
those
just say,
those
I
who
say
understand,
like
or
more or
those who
less
understand, they're
understand,
already on
just
the vibe.
I tell
Life
you,
in abundance.
it's
There's so
simple.
much to go around.
I
Why
say
will I
like
hoard it?
like
Take this
take
thing.
it,
Take
just
it,
say, oh more,
dude.
enjoy
When you're surrounded with
yourself.
abundance, what are you trying to
No,
hoard? Okay, hoard
no,
it. There is more coming. What the fuck are you going to do
simple,
with 20
simple.
million bread? The fuck? They are going
Like
to deliver another 20 million bread 3 days time from now. You want to now hoard the 20 million
that's it,
bread
like
because you are
life.
the hungriest
And
person.
that tomorrow
It's
again, 20 million
ridiculous.
bread they come
Greed
again.
is
Don't
a, is
worry.
a symptom of low consciousness and paralysis in the mentalities. Because people don't think their mentality, poverty mentality with small mind cannot comprehend big ideas. When small minds hear big ideas, they want to reduce it to something they can now comprehend. So now say, oh, it's crazy. Now it's crazy, they can understand it. Oh, this thing is impossible. Now it's impossible, they can understand it. Oh, this thing, you know, go feel work for this guy. That is where their mind is. But if you say a big mind person, the person will be like, say, this idea, how do we take it to the rest of Africa? Right now, my whole mindset is not only focused on Africa because I'm African, but because Africans need the juice. There's so much abundance in Africa, but Africans are suffering. And yeah, I think that, oh, this is crazy. Crazy to be in abundance. My guy, someone was measuring success, they were measuring it to how much someone has. That okay, you measure success, that you find out there are many dumb, successful people in Nigeria. And I just saw that message and I was like, this person has accepted that the definition for success is wealth, money. And that's why you have now acclimated that someone who is dull with enough finance is now successful. You cannot be successful if you're dull. Have all the money in the world. It's the same ideology. 20 million fucking bread, bro. Why are you holding it? What is success is what you have been given, using that to then create more abundance for other people. Now that is success. With the much that you have received from God, what have you given back to society? If you have given back something to society that has made society become better, now that is a successful life. But if you're just making it and you're just hoarding it and and you are getting people applaud you because you are holding all the money, that is not success. And people are counting how much money someone has, not checking how much influence they have on society, or even checking what their interests are to begin with. Now we've gone all this far. The message, this is I wanted to record this message, I've forgotten that part. It's just amazing. Because right now, where we find ourselves in now is a new world. Everyone can feel it, everyone can resonate with it, but there are people who don't want to accept it because they are afraid of what they will lose. My guy, do you know what you have already lost? Now I remember. You see reality as it is, that I want humans to look at it like you have already lost, you have already failed. The aliens has killed all the humans, the big cockroach, giant cockroach, you guys were not aware. These things came over, destroyed everyone, ate humans, and once there was also another one that enjoyed the bones. Those ones, they will just wait for this one to kill all the humans, then the remaining bones, they will collect the bones and now save it. Some will eat it and call it their own. You don't even know where you are, but you guys are fighting over minuscule things. And now you lost. That already happened. It's the past. But guess what? You have a new chance. Now, humans, this is a new opportunity. What do you want to achieve now? Do you want to spend the time trying to figure out how you lost before? Or you now have reason why you must win? You have lost before. You have a second chance. Will you spend the time looking back at what made you lose the first time? Or will you focus on the reason why you must win, knowing you've already lost before? So this is what it is, and this is where it has come to, dear humans.
Life in abundance.
Now that you have arrived in abundance, you don't know what to do with yourself. Now you've come to a frequency where only love can enter. You see people going crazy because they cannot accommodate that level of love. It's too unconditional. You cannot be doing that. How can you? And they are refusing themselves from getting into a new reality where you must learn a new kind of way to love in order to exist. And now people find themselves there. They don't know what to do with themselves. And many are losing their life because they just won't listen to their higher self. And what is this higher self? Everyone will call it whatever they want to. Some will call their higher self them when they have made $1 million. You see people with $1 million contemplating suicide. There are millionaires, billionaires in America who are complaining that their friends are contemplating suicide. These are billionaires between other billionaires and millionaires. They are contemplating suicide. And you think now that you are broke, you will just be conveniently okay with reality when you make all this money. And okay, there you have it, $1 million. What are you going to do next? You got to wear a mask now because you guys don't know the difference between the virus and the bacteria. It's amazing, is it not? Let us just use this moment to enlighten you about the difference between both. You see, a bacteria is alive. It has nose, it has chest, it even has face, hair. A bacteria has heart. It has normal internal organs to keep it alive. A virus doesn't. The virus is not alive, but a bacteria is. So humans, you cannot now say that a virus that is not alive has now morphed into something super bug, or it has now changed to a different strand. Oh, they are farming it now. Or is this weed? Is it loud? Or what is it? And humans have accepted COVID as some kind of resources because many people are making money out of COVID. There are people who have considered COVID now as a new way of life. Like, oh, these are the kind of things that they can find themselves in the hospital bed for. How do you think that COVID is now a new disease? They've made it into a new disease. Many people don't even know what the influenza flu is. There's an influenza flu that happened between December to August every year, every cycle. And humans, no one not aware of it, are now being used as livestock, as commodity by those who are aware of this information. I was in the United States, in New York, 2018, I believe. Between 2018 early 2018, there was a great surge of flu. Everyone, I even had the flu, 2018. And this is New York, where everyone, you know how it is. Everyone is coughing, and by that time, there was nothing like COVID. And I saw that situation, even in South Africa, people had the flu around the world. I was aware of it. 2018, that, oh, suddenly people are getting the flu. But what has happened is that the flu is now being intensified beyond the way it naturally is, that people will not notice. So by 2018, the high surge of people who got the flu increased. And many people even die from the flu. Over 500,000 people die from the flu every year, beloved. Do you know that the amount of people that died in 2018 or 2018 is not greater than the amount of people that died in 2019? In other words, there were more deaths in 2018 than there is in 2019. Yet there's a pandemic in 2019. Collect all the deaths combined in 2018. That is greater than the deaths that happened in 2019, despite there being a pandemic. So you see, what is happening is that they're trying to commoditize your fear by using all this fear porn, putting fear ideologies in the TV every day. The fear is now a commodity. Do you understand? Just like sex, fear has become a commodity, and that is your greatest problem there, humans, because that there will disempower you from the real threat that you lost from before. So the real threat is something humans are not even aware of, but here is COVID. Let's see how humans will deal with an invisible enemy so they can then prepare for the multidimensional one.
Do you know that's what the fuck is?
Yeah, exactly. So we have to let them know.
Yeah, we have to first clear this one
first. We have to prepare them. We have to prep them. This is just an example of saying, will they come together now they are united by common enemy? Will they drop their arms together? Because right now you cannot use weapon to fight a virus.
Okay, you see that one word spiritual, just one that's spiritual alien. Let's put it that way.
Multidimensional, metaphysical parasite. This exists. They are there.
That one is only one that is fucking the world up.
The Archons, yeah.
That one go in, they go bring.
The connection about that stuff is like it's like look at it like the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. The iceberg on top, there's a bigger iceberg underneath the ocean that people are not seeing, but you see the iceberg on top. Do you understand? So right now they are trying to clear away the water, so you can see the rest of them. So you know what is even powering that one on top is just having the chance, because it's that tip that is out there. The real monster is underneath. Usually the new news now is that Bill Gates is trying to use dust particles to cover up the sun to avoid global warming. There's no such thing as global warming to begin with, but they created that ideology so they can then sell this cure, this new solution to the people, saying, okay, do you remember global warming that we told you about? You guys will say, You see, because of that global warming, we want to now cover the sun. Meanwhile, the whole plan is to terraform Earth to be habitable for a different extraterrestrial, multidimensional alien life form. How about that? Are you ready for that? Could it be? Is it possible? Is it possible that there might be some alien, multidimensional, terrestrial, advanced biological life forms with the ability to shape-shift their form from one state to another? So this is people who have the ability to change or morph their exterior look, just the way a snake shades the skin and become a different snake. It's still a snake, my guy. So you have to be careful when you're dealing with snakes. But you see, the beautiful thing about snakes is that when you are evolved, you now see how compassionate snakes are. Snakes do not invade. You have to threaten a snake or be in the snake environment before the snake feels threatened to now act against the threat. So unless you are a threat to a snake, the snake is not a threat to you. And the only way humans can avoid being a threat to all these other extra multi-terrestrial entities is by humans evolving beyond the station of frequency where these other entities vibrate on. When you vibrate on fear, you are giving people who are in the frequency of fear an opportunity to enter. Now you have made fear a commodity. You guys are now manufacturing and selling fear. You're putting it in the media now. Everybody's now fear. This is the new one. Humans, you don't even know what you are. There's an exhibition we're going to do sometime very soon. We'll exhibit. It's going to be the polio event. We're going to get people a picture of different people with polio with one eye. One eye is red, and we're going to advertise that picture so much, so great. Put it everywhere. Then you will notice how swiftly, quickly people start getting polio. And we will use that as an example to just tell humans that now you have a little understanding of what you are.